Good day, everyone. For this week lesson, we will discuss about population ecology. So this is our lesson 3. For the learning outcomes in this chapter, you will be able to first discuss the factors that affects the trends in population, analyze relationships among changes in population size, economic development, and resource consumption at global and local scale. Lastly, show awareness of the community advocate population management in the Philippines. To start with, this is our current trends of population. So this is the current world population. As of October 25, 2021 by worldometers.info, it seems that we are 7,902,176,315 population or people in the world. So this is top 5 largest population in the world include China, India, USA, Indonesia, and Pakistan. Historically, the world population rapidly increased during the Industrial Revolution. So we also have here data from birth and deaths, population growth, and for this year's birth, deaths, and population growth also. It is observed that there is a continuous increase in population, so as you can see in this chart. However, a slow growth rate was noted in the 21st century, which is about 1.05 per year, based on the worldometers.info. So, as you can see here, we have here the top 20 largest country by population last October 25, 2021. First, let's try to analyze or answer this in your on your own words. What do you think are the impact of population explosion in our environment? So this is somewhat the main content of this lesson. Okay, we have here the population dynamics. So the population is characterized by the interaction of individuals to their environment. It is characterized by size, density, dispersal, emigration, birth, deaths, and survivorship. We have here the two population dynamics. The first is the density, which is measured by the number of individual per unit area. Okay, so gaano kadami ang o gaano kalaki dapat ang sakop ng bawat isa. Something like that. Population dispersion is the pattern of spacing among individuals within the geographic boundaries. As you can see on the right side of this slide, these are the illustrations for the dispersion. The first one is the clump diversion. This means that when individuals are living in groups, such as school of fish and herds of animals. So this is somewhat similar na by group. For uniform dispersion or spaced diversion, they are seen when individuals are evenly spaced or they have the equal space in the areas such as territorial penguins. Lastly, we have the random dispersal is when individuals do not have any pattern or arrangement of dispersion in the area, such as when wind dispersed seems to germinate in favorable environment. So for random dispersal, there's no pattern or no sequential order of different individuals. We also have what we call the demography and also the reproductive rates. So the change in the population size is based on the different births and deaths during the time interval, of course. So, as what we all know, mas maraming namamatay ngayon kumpara sa mas nabubuhay ngayon. So, the ability of an organism to reproduce depends on the energy an organism acquire in the environment, which is also needed for the growth and development. For example, sa ating mga tao, as what I've said, mas maraming ang namamatay ngayon because of pandemic. During the first season of pandemic. The survival of the offspring also depends on the provided parental care. So we have here the life expectancy in the world from 1995 up to present. So this is categorized by the two sex, the male and female. Obviously, mas madami pa rin babae, pero as the time goes by, nag-i-increase naman both sexes. Demography is the statistical study of the factors affecting population growth and decline. It includes birth rates, death rates, and life expectancy. For reproductive rates, it is also used by the scientists to study females that give birth to offspring life expectancy. We also have here the migration and emigration. An individual should be able to survive and reproduce in the changing environment for complete and successful migration of animals in a new region. Some individuals do partial migration during winter as food resources become limited and competition increases. Hence, there are factors, of course, there are factors which lead to the movement of animal for survival. So, meron talagang mga specific animals that they need to survive based on the environment that they are, where they belong. Okay? So, for migration, it's another factor that can affect the population size. It refers to the movement of organisms from one region to another. Migration, migrate. Ibig sabihin, you move one place to another. When we say emigration is when an individual leave the region and intend to reside in another region as an immigrant. This is also the main cities by population in the Philippines. So as you can see here, this is October 25 2021. The main or the largest city that has large population in the Philippines are the top one is Quezon City, and then Manila, Caloocan, Bugtao, Davao, and then so on, based on the Worldometer study. So the current population in Philippines is 111,492,224 as of Monday, October 25, based on the Worldometer. Yung Philippines 2020 population is estimated at 109. Though there are many people died last year during the pandemic. The Philippines population is equivalent to 1.41% of the total world's population. And we rank as number 13 in the list countries, of course, categorized by population. The density of the Philippines is 368 per kilometer squared, or 952 people per mile squared. We also have the total land area, which is 298,170 kilometers squared. And with this, we have 47.5% of the population, which is urban. And the median age, or the median age, or the center age of the Philippines is about 25.7 years. So, ibig sabihin, kung nasa 25 to 26 years old ka na, you belong to the center age of the Philippines. In depth, let us think of this. Why do you think, despite of government efforts, more women get pregnant? So, as we all know, we have different platforms and laws na meron ng ating government to avoid unwanted pregnancy and early teenage families or pregnancies. So, ano pang kulang na hindi pa nagagawa ng government natin? Or what is the problem? Why women get pregnant at their young age? No? Bakit kaya? Number 3, or the third question is, what do you think should be done in order to prevent unplanned pregnancy, especially to women below 20 years old? Pero alam naman natin siguro ang sagot dyan. Okay, we all have our own opinion regarding this problem, but then it's your perception. Siyempre, wala namang maling opinion. Okay? But let us see what can our government, kung anong pwedeng magawa nila, lalo na mag-e-election tayo next year. Right? So this is our topic for today, or topic for this week. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you will stay tuned to our next lesson. Have a good day.